I've always wanted to visit the Australian Reptile Park here in New South Wales. They're one of the largest reptile collections in the whole country. Let's go see some of their herps. It's been a while, but today our story picks up en route to one of Australia's oldest wildlife attractions. Located in Somersby, New South Wales, Australia, the Australian Reptile Park was established in 1948 and has since become a significant tourist attraction in the country. It's home to some of Australia's most iconic wildlife, ranging from a diverse species of reptiles to marsupials and even this pack of dingoes. I came here today for two reasons. The first was to check out their grumpy crocodile named Elvis. And the second was because I heard they had free-ranging Komodo dragons. Well, that's giving me Jurassic Park vibes. Let's go see some dinos. Komodo dragons are one of the most protected lizard species in the world. They are also the largest, and today can only be found on a few protected islands around Indonesia. It's my dream to one day film these lizards in the wild, but for now, I'll gladly take these encounters. It still blows my mind how these keepers have developed a trust and bond with these amazing lizards that it's safe to just walk them on a leash in full public view. And if the dragon doesn't feel like moving, well, they'll just pick him up like the scaly baby it is. I needed to pass some time before experiencing Elvis the crocodile's big show. So let's check out some of the more conventional experiences of a reptile park. There's a healthy mix of snakes and lizards here, and most of them are native to Australia. Reptiles as pets. Legal here, illegal in Singapore. In my opinion, Australia has some of the most badass reptiles in the world. And you know, I never expected the frilled lizards to be as beefy and sizable as they are. The decor, while dated, is a huge throwback to my childhood, where these clunky, cartoony animatronics were super popular back then. My last stop for the indoor segment of the park was their captive-bred Komodo dragons. These babies were less than a year old when I visited, and they're the first successfully bred babies in Australia, an absolute win for the conservation of this species, which faces extinction in the wild. And speaking of conservation, it's time to catch up with Ranger Mick at one of the daily shows here at the park. He's been working at the Australian Reptile Park for more than 30 years.
Dangerous thing you can do with a snake. Now they keep snakes in a lot of zoos, you know. Now to make antivenom, we do this hundreds and hundreds of times.
I've been to a couple of wildlife shows, but Ranger Mick might be the most memorable.
This, however, just reinforces the stereotypical idea of pet alligator. So if I give her another hand signal and say, Daddy's girl.
He has a great sense of humor and makes a lot of jokes in between the educational bits of the show, sometimes at the expense of the crowd.
Mate, I've never met you before. I really think I've got to say, you're just crap at holding your dad. Here, you hold this, mate. Alright, stick it in right there. Fantastic. There we go. Alright. You like the bravest or the dumbest visitor we've ever had? Alright. Now that's Woma Python. Settle down, it's not bloody Oprah. Alright,
At the end of the show, I decided to get in on the tourist photo taking session with this American alligator. This little guy is as calm can be. you'll notice that Calm Reptiles is a running theme here at the Australian Reptile Park. That even includes this absolute beast of a retic that's out basking in the Austin seat. I don't know a lot of wildlife attractions that's this open with their reptile interactions for guests. But I loved watching this reticulated python just hanging around while the guests and the resident kangaroos are doing their own thing just a couple meters away. And finally, it's time to meet Elvis, the main event of the Australian Reptile Park. He's 57 years old and weighs around 500 kilograms. Elvis recently went through a dental operation to remove infected teeth on him, so he's a little sluggish.
That tail is starting to move a little bit. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
Saltwater crocodiles have the strongest bite of any reptile.
We'll have it this time. There you go.
Unfortunately, Elvis was still recovering from his surgery during this time, so I doubt he was anywhere close to his real strength. And that pretty much wraps up my time here at the Australian Reptile Park. I hope you guys enjoyed the little tour of one of the most popular reptile attractions in the country. It's definitely worth a visit. Coming up, I'll be linking up with Kai and Michael from Extreme Herping for a 2-part video as they show me some of their pet reptiles and, more importantly for you guys, some of the wild herbs we found on a trip to a coastal rainforest of the mid-north coast of New South Wales. It's the penultimate chapter from my 2 weeks here in Australia. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye!